I'm a retired professor of chemistry, and my specialty was environmental chemistry and toxicology. And I'm doing a series of vignettes about various scientific topics which are discussed during our concern about fluoride's toxicity. One of them is the use of the word natural by promoters of fluoridation. They say fluoride naturally occurs, implying that it's safe. Well, unfortunately, just because a substance naturally occurs in your soil, in your water, what have you, doesn't mean it's safe. Arsenic occurs naturally in some places, but we're spending millions of dollars in some states removing arsenic because it's so toxic. An extreme case of the promoters of fluoridation using the words natural was the Australian Dental Association. They said fluoridation, nature thought of it first. Okay, well, what they're calling nature here is geology. The fact that fluoride occurs naturally in the water supply is simply a function of geology. What rocks the water flowed through before it got to your source of water. And as I think most people know, geology came before biology. Biology had to deal with the minerals that were thrown at it. And some minerals she rejected and some minerals she used extensively in the body. And one of the minerals she has not used in the body is fluoride. So nature has actually spurned fluoride. In the millions and millions of years of evolution, nature has not found a use for it inside the mammalian body, inside the human body. You can't find one biological process inside our bodies which need fluoride. When the fluoride enters the body, the first thing that happens in the first circulation, it reaches the kidney tries to excrete it and actually excretes about 50% of the fluoride we take in each day. Now, the fluoride that's not excreted through the kidney ends up in the blood. And if nothing happened from that point onwards, it has the potential, because it's very toxic, of having toxic effects in the tissues. That's where the bone comes in. That's where the hard tissues come in. They take up the fluoride. They sequester the fluoride and keep it away from the blood and keep it away from the soft tissues where indeed it could cause harm and where more and more studies are showing it causes harm, particularly to the brain. Now, one of nature's signals to us that we don't need fluoride is the level of fluoride in mother's milk. Now think of it for a moment. Mother's milk is the baby's first meal. It's designed through evolution, nature, call it what you want. It's designed to give the baby the best mix of minerals and vitamins and everything else that the baby needs for healthy development. So if fluoride was needed for something, you would expect it to be in baby's first meal, i.e. mother's milk. But when you look at the levels in mother's milk, it's remarkably low, 0.004 parts per million. In effect, what that is doing is protecting the baby from fluoride, protecting it, acting as a filter. So the baby is not exposed to much fluoride at its very sensitive early development. On the other hand, when we fluoridate the water supply, we remove that protection. We remove that protection the moment a parent uses tap water, fluoridated tap water, to make up formula. And if we go back to that number again, the level naturally in mother's milk is 0.004 parts per million, or even lower. When a baby is bottle-fed with fluoridated tap water at, say, 0.7 parts per million, which is the recommended level in the United States today, that baby is getting 175 times more fluoride than nature intended. Yes, indeed, nature thought of it first, and nature thought that fluoride was very toxic to the rest of biology, and she's kept it away from the newborn baby. And we are being utterly reckless in fluoridated countries of exposing our babies to about 200 times more than her protective level.